Hey guys, Josh here, and you're watching Chimp Skills. And today we're looking at 4 steps to a successful outcome. So this is actually adopted from the book that we did our goal setting on as well, NLP, The New Art and Science of Getting What You Want, written by Harry Alder. So props to him for that. So, how are your goals going? It's February now, so did you do any goals? If you did, good. If you didn't, you can still start now, or it don't matter. So today we're going to look at the 4 steps in order to get a successful outcome that you can link to your goals, or you can use it in any scenario where you're after a particular outcome. So step number 1 is know what you want. So this may be, you're thinking it's a simple question. I've actually found this one of the hardest questions to answer for myself in certain aspects of my life. It takes, a lot of soul searching and a lot of questioning yourself and, going through a whole number of different experiences sort of to get to it. And, I think that's probably one of the hardest things. If I look at people who are really successful in regards to, knowing exactly what they want, you look at like your Bill Gates, your Steve Jobs, well, even though he's passed away now, or your Elon Musks, and you think, Elon Musk, someone who comes to mind, I think Tesla's like a really cool company, and their vision that they have for like battery powered, like, have you seen the new Tesla batteries on the wall now? Like when you listen to someone like him speak, he's so articulate in exactly what he wants. You can describe it down to the last letter of the word. So that's one of the really important aspects of getting a successful outcome is knowing exactly what you want. I had a friend who was sitting down with having a conversation at dinner, and it was actually around the first goal setting video, and they sort of said to me, well, it doesn't feel natural for me to set goals and write them down. I said, well, that's fine. No one's going to be the same. I struggle even to write down goals. It's something I normally would just keep in my head, which is what they were saying. They like to just have them in their head. And that's fine. As long as you have an outcome in mind, that's going to help you to be more goal orientated. If you, see a skill set that someone else has and you're like, I would like to adopt that skill set, or, if there's a habit you'd like to kick and replace it with a new habit, whatever it is, as long as there's an outcome, you're going to be a lot more likely to achieve it. If you aim for nothing, you'll hit it every time. So yeah, that's the only recommendation I'd have on that. If you're not good at setting specific goals and writing them down, just start with an outcome that you would like to achieve. Number 2 is to take action. So this is what separates dreamers from achievers. And there's some good examples in the book, but I'm sure you can all think of someone that or you've seen on TV or in magazines that's gone and actually achieved the difference with someone who may have had an idea and it just passed them by. So I guess it's important just to take any action, even if it's the wrong thing to do and it fails, at least you will know what you shouldn't have done. You listen to a lot of entrepreneurs and, successful athletes and stuff like that, and they constantly talk about learning more from their failures than from their success at, their successful times in their careers or, in their lives. So I guess, there's a lot to be learnt, and just going out and having those experiences, in the long run could benefit you greatly. Number 3 is to, learn to notice the results of what you're actually doing. So this is, it's pretty common sense. It's that self-awareness. What am I doing in regards to trying to achieve my outcome? And, is it bringing me further away from it, or is it bringing me closer to, what I'm trying to achieve? So it's at this point, you got to look out for the feedback. You look out for the certain signals that sort of might be popping up, and then be able to interpret that and then take on a different course of action or continue on the path that you're going, depending on, if you're going further away or closer to what you're trying to achieve. And number 4 is to, be prepared to change your behavior in order to get the result that you want. So if you think of, say for instance, you've been really set on a certain way of going out and achieving something, and it's just not happening, even though in your mind or in your heart you're like, this is the way it's supposed to be done. But I think of Einstein's quote of the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So we can become pretty attached to our ideals in regards to how we're going to achieve something, and that can be hard to let go of. So I guess instead of thinking as things as failures, try to think of it as all as results or outcomes. Thomas Edison, he said it best. After he invented the light bulb, he was being interviewed by reporters, and he copped a fair bit of flack. They're like, well, how did it feel to fail 1,000 times or whatever it was? And he sort of said to them, well, I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was just an invention that had 1,000 steps. Or the other response was, I just figured out 1,000 ways to, to not do it. So that sort of mentality of being, comfortable with just the result and not thinking of it as a failure, so you're not taking it on personally, for one, it will keep your mind a little bit more sane. And also, if you can stay more sort of just results orientated, it can keep you in a more positive state, and you can actually, go on and achieve what you were going after, as opposed to sort of, getting caught up in the hang-ups along the way. So look, guys, those are the 4 steps. I'm sure, you've seen people in the public eye, like I said, athletes, entrepreneurs, who are all doing great things. And you'll probably start to notice that these 4 steps are sort of quite prevalent and they're very transparent. So yeah, the only thing I'd advise is that follow all of them and in that order. There's the danger in skipping steps along the way, and yeah, it may not lead to what you're trying to do. So yeah, go out and give it a try, or don't. Either or. But look, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like, give it a share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time, peace.